So, welcome back to a little update video. As always, I'm using this method here. I made a standalone video. I will link it at the end of the video. Or you just search for the playlist Fractal method. There I explain how it works step by step. We will look at SPI, NIO, plug, fuel cell, Blink, SAVA, FFAI, Unity, AI, GNS, and Bull today. Just because I already made the meme video and AMC, HYMC, beyond, DGT, and bad buff and beyond. There wasn't really a change today. It's still the same tracking like yesterday. So let's start with SPI. What did we do today? Well, I think we went up. Except all the expectations that we will fall down like hell. But okay, as always, a bullish version and an alternative. For the bullish version, well, there are no levels left. You have here the V from your A. Right now, you're in the run to your big B and looking for your small C at the same time. We already broke our T line for our A. We already broke our B line, M line for our B. We got little tiny pullbacks for the micro tracking, okay. We broke our lower high, so the only thing which is left is breaking all-time highs. Tomorrow is only half day, so careful. But the thing is, to what I compare this to, if you look at our V, high, low, A, gap, B, most likely I compare it to this, where you have your A, your V, gap, this portion, gap. Yeah. So, yeah, this portion would be this portion. So, for the most bullish way, we would be in this. What alternative, like I showed yesterday, that we might, this whole thing might be a, we are way too high for this. No, we are way too high for this. So the only alternative I would have is we are not breaking this all-time high. In that case, this was your big lower peak. Then you really should dive as hell. Not thinking that, but always have an alternative. Otherwise, you maybe even gap tomorrow. Just saying, your next target is somewhere or something over this. I would expect maybe not till this Friday, because tomorrow half day, Thursday week off, not week off, day off, and Friday, but maybe. But somewhere in this range here should be your B and your little C. And if we do that, we just take, because this whole thing is our A, the 0.5 to wherever we get our peak. So let's say Friday 697. Then this is our peak. And then we just do the 0.5 pullback. Back to 683. And then we still have to do our Z. So it looks good. Yeah. So alternative, we're not breaking all-time highs and rejecting. Bullish version. Sweet little nice center rally. Same for VIX. This was a little bounce here, but my target is still 1272. Okay? For the alternative where we peak and not doing a new all-time high, this was your V. Yeah. Then you're doing a high low, and then you really start running to the upside because VIX up, SPY down, and the other way around. So let's see. Okay, just a little very short look into High-Craft mining. The thing for High-Craft mining is we are now really in danger zone. Yeah. We are so close to the peak. Of course, we could now make another jump. Yeah. But this area here is the area where we start seeing this. Just saying. In that case, so let's say if this was already today, well, add another 12% more. If 30.54 was our peak, our A, you take from here, from the bottom to the peak, your 0.5, and this will be your next move. Yeah, just the same like we did here, just from right to left. We might get this, but we don't have to. We might just go down, but this move should be really quick. Just saying. So our target is 7-ish, and after that, up again to 80. Let's see. Okay. Then a little update on NIO. I will just do the little updates today. So what changed? So yeah, for NIO, we are in our C run, and right now we are in our little A. And for the bullish tracking, you see this here. Let's look here. For the bullish tracking, A is ending in a 0.5. So a 0.5 from your low to your peak. Here is the 0.5, and we bounced at it. Since the bounce, we are doing a higher low. Here's our higher low. The thing is with this higher low was finished here, and since then we're doing another tiny high low. But if we break under this, then I still think, as I'm always saying, our target is not the 0.5. Our target is the V&A. And in that case, you have to go to 447. Still believing that, then you get the bounce, and then you go. Yeah? Just the same, V, A, head and shoulders, V&A. It's the same like we did in 2020. V, high, low, A, head and shoulders, V&A. Yeah? If we are finished now, or under 447, our next target is then 16 for B, and then we have to go over 67 because C has to be higher than B. Okay. Next one, plug. Here is our okay. Here's our plug for the bearish tracking because it's just quicker. Here's our high low. We are not finished it yet, and our last peak was our T. In that case, you still have to come down here. Yeah, not seeing it yet, but for the bearish alternative, this is this. For the bullish one, two ways. For the really bullish one, this is your A. You're missing a higher low, but still. In that case, here's your 0.5, same as NIO, and you bounce at it. The thing is, even with with the bullish version, you still have to come down here to under 186, and then you can bounce, because this is just a tiny higher low with A, B, C, L, M, T, and it has to end in a BLNK. So a little bit more downside. For the still bullish but not so quick version would mean this isn't A, and I really think it would be this. This isn't A, this is just higher low, just in big. And in that case, you have to finish it at $1.02 down here. And then you can go to A. In that case, you would do something like this. So we go up, breakout retest. This would be your A around 28. Breakout retest to the 0.5. So, and after that, your B most likely is somewhere in this range. And then you still have to break this peak here just for your A. And then the second. So, and then we can look for the next trend line we could do. Let's look at this. The next trend line would be this trend line. And for the big A, you would take from the absolute V the 0.5, and you would go up here and pull back here, just for the big A. Yeah, but here the same like the other low valued stocks. You won't come back up here without a split. Yeah, because it's way too high. Yeah, so, but it's far in the future. So let's look. Okay. Little update to FCEL. So here our FCEL chart. This whole thing here is our first fractal, which is finished. We are already in the second one. And here, perfect example for everything. We did our V. Here you see the perfect higher low under the trend line, ending in a V and A. Perfect. You break out, come near your T line, pulling back for your A peak. And right now we are on the way to our B, which is at 165. For the micro tiny tracking, is this your V, your high low? This is your A, and with the A pullback already. So yeah, see, you come up, you come down, you bounce on the 0.5. So also for this, you just should do upside. Yeah. And how this would look like? It would look like, where is it? Like this. Whoop-de-whoop. Yeah. This is our next move. So, looks good. Okay, next up, BLNK. So here's our chart for BLNK. We would be right now for the bullish tracking. Let's start with the bearish one. With the bearish tracking, because it's just shorter. For the bearish tracking, we are still in the second tracking fractal, and we have to do a new low. 40, 30 cents. For the bullish tracking, we already finished the second one and are in our third one right now. And here also, V higher low. Now is the thing. Last time, this here was a perfect V&A to finish our high low, and we started a little macro high low. We broke that level in the last days. So, okay, it's not that bad as long this is holding. Yeah, you're not allowed to break under 67 cents because if you do that, you're doing a new low. If this is holding, you will do again higher low, which is ending in a V&A, and then you go. Your next target for A would be, yeah, something around 7. Breakout, retest. Then you go to your B at 26. And then the only question is, are you breaking your last peak or not? How this would look like, it would look like something like this. And it should really start. So let's see. A little update to SAVA. We are looking to gap fill this gap at 24. For the long story, just watch the weekly recap video. Today, just the update. We are right now in our big high low. Are we finished? No. Just because we still have to come lower, even if it's only 1 cent, under $2 and 3 cents. Then maybe a little higher low, a tiny one. And then your next target is gap fill. Alternative is you're breaking under 175 and you will do a new all-time low. In that case, you are right here. In December 2018, you will knife down here. You will still gap fill, but you still have to do all this. And you won't jump that. In that case, it will be February to June. Let's see. FFAI. Here's our FFE chart. Also looks fucking perfect. It just takes its time. Also here, first fractal finished. Right now we're doing our higher low. When the higher low is finished, next target is A for 5, B for 11, and something C around 150. But I don't think we will do something like this. I think we will do something like this, just because we did that always. So what have we done? So we finished, also here, perfect example. Under the trend line, higher low, ending in a V under A. Right now, we already did our little tiny higher low. It didn't finish under the V under A, but that's really micro checking. Maybe on some chart you wicked under this. Could be. This breakout here would be already little a. And for this, you still would have come back to the 0.5. 111, and then ready to go. It's close. My opinion, it's close. And again, if you break the no-low line, 87 cents, that would be bad. A little update to Unity. Here is our Unity chart. And it for Unity, we already did our V. We already did our V and A, our high low, which is also under the A, V ending in a V and A. We already did our A peak and are now in the A pullback. And our target for the A pullback is $25-ish because here you be 0.5. Here is our target. And I think this here was already our lower high. So in that case, you have now to come lower than 43. Come up again for our M, lower up T, and then down to 25. After this is finished, your next target is 108 for your B. Then pull back, and then the only question is breaking all-time highs or not. Next one, AI. Also here, same like high-cost mining. If you don't want to use my method, you can just use symmetry, where you take this bars pattern, flip it on this side, and read it from right to left. In that case, we would be somewhere in here. For my tracking, we already did our V, and right now we're doing the higher low thing. Is the higher low thing? Yeah. You have here V, your higher low, your A, your B, your C, your lower high, your M, your last term to sell, and here is your B and A. And right now we are doing tiny higher low thing, which is also already finished in the B and A. The only thing is, you could now add, I think, 8 little higher lows, because if you look back to where we compared it, it is this section. You have here a high low, another higher low, another higher low. I think it's 3 or 4 higher lows here, and you read it from right to left. So right now you would be somewhere in here. So it still needs some time. Yeah. But after that, the next target for A is 30, for B 36. And then the only question is, are you breaking this peak and just fulfill this whole thing? Looks fucking great. Next, GNS. Here is GNS. So, full version. We already did the first full fractal with the V. We are right now in the A pullback. When the A pullback is finished, next target is 7 for B. And our ultimate target is somewhere in this range here. Is the A pullback already finished? Well, let's look here. For the bullish version, this is the A peak. And with this, we have finished this A peak, this A pullback. And since then, we are doing, again, a little higher low. I looked at it today and said, yeah, we are not finished yet, because this T has to go lower than this to finish it. But if you look at the 30-minute and zoom in, really zooming in, you see this candle, it's lower. So if this is bouncing here, yeah, technically everything is finished and ready to go. For the alternative, our last line of defense is still this here. In that case, this was your T, and you still have to come down some, even if it's only 1 cent under 47. Yeah. Then it may be a tiny high low. Then you go. Yeah, this is just taking time right now. All these things are waiting for something. Okay, and last one, bull. Yeah, bull chart. For the bullish tracking, for the bearish tracking, we make new lows. Yeah, nothing. We have nothing to compare this to, because here is nothing. Yeah, so that's the easiest part. For the bull chart, we already did our V. We already fulfilled our high low. Our next target is 18 for A, 33 for B, and then breaking all-time highs or not. And if you zoom in into high low, we finished it here with our A, B, C, lower high, midpoint T, V and A. And right now, we again doing just a little tiny high low. And also, this is already VNA. Any day now. Levels, everything over 12, and there's no alternative anymore. Anything under 814, and we still have to do a new law. Let's see. Still looks bullish. Okay. I think that was it for today. As always, if you have questions, feel free to write it into the comments. If you have wishes for other stocks, also, I will the link for the Fractal video is then here. The playlist is here, and if you want to leave a like or an abo, yeah. It's a shorter video today, just because it's Christmas. Maybe I will make a little more detailed one tomorrow. Let's see. Let's see what happens tomorrow. Bye.